welcome to Side Character Quest, a one-on-one TTRPG adventure. My name is Ty, your host and game master. Hey, Fiona.
Oh, yes, sorry, I was busy doing some interpretive dance whilst I was doing it along like some terrible ASL.
Let's take a brief moment from that
very good.
to do a little improv form. That was ASL.
Yeah, it was ASL and ASL, nice.
Let's do a little warm-up.
Okay.
Fiona?
Yes.
Did you know that TTRPG does not stand for tabletop role-playing game? Did you know that?
Now, Ty, I don't want to actually, I feel it is, because I am a TTRPG person, and you are also a TTRPG person. It's like, what does it stand for then?
That's what I was going to ask you. The first T in that. Mm-hmm. What does that stand for?
What does it stand for? Well, yeah. I'm glad you asked. I know it as a TTRPG person what TTRPG stands for, yes. And that is troublesome.
Troublesome.
Top role-playing games. It's
okay,
exactly,
so
it's in there.
It's almost what people think. It's
almost the same.
It's almost what people think, but it's actually troublesome top role-playing game. Now, is that referring to the top role-playing game that is also troublesome, or is that like, oh no? Oh.
You know what? You're right. How political of you. Yes, the top one. Yes, we all know that one. Yes.
Oh gosh.
I think because it used to be, let's face it, TTRPGs back in the day of the sort of 70s and 80s, obviously people were very worried about them. So I think there was a way to be like, oh, we're not playing those things. It's not part of the satanic panic. And so they're like, oh no, it's not tabletop RPGs. Well, no, we're troublesome.
The troublesome panic.
Yes, exactly. It's very much the rebellious era. And maybe then it became too literal because people were literally gathering around tables.
The troublesome top rebellious panic game.
There you go.
There we go.
Amazing.
Well, speaking of troublesome games, we are going to be playing a Forged in the Dark game today.
Yeah.
In the same vein as games like Blades in the Dark or Scum and Villainy, but it is instead one that I made because I go too hard. I go too hard.
No. Affirmation. I am passionate. I am nerdy. You gotta do... I like D6s. That's what you shout to yourself in the mirror every morning.
Exactly. Where we last left off.
Yes.
Syrah, played by Fiona, played by you, Fiona, was exploring a relaxed party at the home of his target, Liam Dabadasha, the man he has been tasked with ruining. Syrah created a distraction among the partygoers, and while exploring, he encountered a mysterious woman investigating some artwork that Liam was planning to auction off soon. After tripping an alarm, Syrah tripped and fell, pretending to be injured in a last-ditch attempt to get taken to Liam's private quarters. Presumably, oh, I'm hurt. Maybe take me somewhere safe, please, so I can lie down.
Yes, the fingers coming together, like, oh, please,
please.
Yes. I will say, not Syrah's highest point, but my God, he's been a suck-up. He's not willing to lower himself because his family's not here, so he's willing to do that bit. The inner actor in him, I think, is willing to do the part and get the award, get the accolade later. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I don't know if I pointed this out during the session. The reason that you ended up getting grabbed right then was because you had indeed maxed out that clock that I had going. Yeah, that clock he didn't really mention, and then I was like, oh well, in for a gold coin, in for God knows what, out of the pan, into the actual fire. Yes.
Hey, I'm getting closer than all these other guests who just seem to be lolling about. I'm going somewhere. I don't know where these guys are going, so I think I've got it all under control. I think Syrah does. Fiona, not so sure.
Anything else about the situation that I missed that you want me that we should point out to listeners?
Other than I think the kitchen staff hate me. As I did my sort of Karen move of like, I need to see people. And I ruined a couple of people's hats, or I should say my assistant, Jacques, ruined a couple of people's hats as a way to do a distraction of some sort. But yeah, all these little plan Bs and Cs and stuff are going off splendidly. But whether or not Fiona's connected plans B, C, and D together, that remains to be seen. So I can't wait for my reveal in like a half an hour time, where I'm like, wow.
That's how it all works.
Yeah, we flash back to Fiona going like, I don't remember doing this, and I flash back to her, I knew the whole time.
The air in Liam Dabadash's home is like a cool, gentle breeze. The air from the back steps of his home and across his yard is hot, sticky, and oppressive. The air where you are now is dark and wet, dripping down the side of old stone walls. Somewhere, echoing through these stone walls, you hear the sound of perhaps a stream, a river far away. A row of stone coffins sit in the center of this mausoleum with a creaking wooden bench in front of them for people paying their respects to sit, or people causing a fuss in Dabadash's party. A few moments ago, you were thrown roughly onto that bench. A strong woman that you recognize from the kitchen stands in front of you. Another woman, who helped drag you out of the party, lounges atop one of the stone coffins. Though her body language is relaxed, her strange stone eye doesn't waver. What do you do?
This is an unusual place for receiving medical attention. Ooh. And I just play up the ankle a little bit. And just taking a general look around my surroundings. Mm-hmm. As you said, it's the mausoleum. Presume it's quite closed in, quite oppressive. Is there much light in here? Is there like sconces or lanterns or anything like that? Or is there some natural light coming in so I can see these people?
That's a great question. As you walked in, there was no light. There are some sconces built into this wall. The woman with the stone eye and close cropped hair, she walked around the room and just sort of tapped the different ones with her finger, and each time she tapped one, they started emitting a low wavering light. Just enough to make this place not to make it usable, you know? Like if you were in this place to take a look at the coffins to pray or to commune with your loved ones, you would have the sight to be able to read the names on the things and that sort of stuff.
I like it. So it's an aesthetic thing for a good thing rather than an intimidation thing with like
Correct.
A horrible dungeon. Okay.
Correct.
Interesting. And just for my knowledge as a player, does this seem to be something that's come from her, or is that part of is it a magical item itself, or is it from her doing magic? Can I tell?
They do appear to be sconces that are made of metal that are built into the wall. They are part of this space. Roll me an attune, actually. This is not, I would say, desperate in this situation.
Okay, phew. I mean, I guess. Okay.
If you'd like it to be desperate, you can. But this is just trying to give you some information.
No, I'm trying to be cool in a sense. I'm not like following her eyes around. In attune, I have nothing, so I'm going to roll 2 and take the lower. So, is there any consequence or anything like that? But it's just, or is it just fine in terms of like? This
is controlled. I think the question is whether you get any information or not.
Sure. I will say, like, because we have spoken about it previously, I still have my level 1 harm of nerves, so I'm definitely a bit flustered as well. So I guess anything I do get is going to be of a less effect.
You know what? Let's say that because you have nerves, let's make this a desperate thing.
Oh no.
So this is the same situation. It's controlled like. Or not as controlled. It's the same situation. You're trying to like learn some information about the two people that have carried you in here to get a better sense of who they are and what they can do and what this space is.
Okay.
It is possible
Yeah.
that the fact that you were already nervous could negatively impact this situation.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, I have marked my point of gumption. Thank you for that. I'll do that now.
Yes, you're welcome.
Because I might need that later. All right. So I'm going to roll 2 and take the lower.
Yep.
Let's hope for 2 6s, guys. I'd like that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, there's some good news and there's some
Yeah.
bad news.
All right.
Good news is that they are the same number.
Oh.
The bad news is that number is 2.
Okay. All right. This is what I'm going to say. Looking at these people as you're getting dragged from this party across the yard and to the other space, you can tell these people are professionals. You can tell that they are not just, one of the woman that is the stronger of the two, the physically stronger of the two, is clearly dressed as like a chef, and maybe she's a chef, but that is not why she is here. Same with the other woman who is more dressed as just like a random party goer, right?
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Yeah,
That's quite scary.
so they have taken you back here. As far as you know,
Mm-hmm.
no one seemed to notice them, thanks to your distraction that you had created earlier.
Great.
And that is pretty much all you managed to pick up on from them.
Yeah.
However, I think, the situation you find yourself in, compounded with the nervousness that you were already kind of feeling, that's been just kind of following you for the last few days, ever since that, trip down to the river. I think that's going to bump your nerves harm to a level 2 harm.
Oh,
So
no.
it's going to let's replace nerves with how about, let's say, frightened, freaked.
That is damning. I will say, yeah. I'll take frightened for sure. I'll write that. Oh.
It's interesting. Normally, when I've played Blades in the Dark games or Forge in the Dark games, normally the harm has primarily been used as like to represent actual physical harm.
Right.
I'm enjoying using it in a more like social personality mindset
Yeah.
way.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think it's because Syrah's got a lot at stake, right? He's been sent on this mission, and he knows, like, if he doesn't do it, he's losing out on his chance. And so that's the thing. He's not worried about his well-being necessarily. We've talked about it before. He's broad, is a bit of a... I'm sure he can take a couple of hits, but, he'll be like, oh, don't hurt me afterwards. But I think it's the ego. That's the bruising thing. And he doesn't like letting the mask slip. So yeah, absolutely. I'm like, no.
If he had a bruised rib, for example, that's not going to impact his ability to talk his way out of a situation.
No. Absolutely.
The thing that is more dangerous for him is something making him unsettled and less confident.
Yeah, losing his cool. Absolutely. Yeah, because he likes being in control. So, and currently, he is not.
Yes.
I will take that level 2 harm of frightened. Oh, okay. It's cool. I will get out of this in 30 minutes, don't you worry.
So yeah, what do you do in this moment?
So it's just these 2 women in the mausoleum, and they're just watching me. I'm guessing do they look like because I'll do that whole sort of like fan myself, all that sort of thing, whilst I'm going through the act, as it were. I guess I'm trying to sort of see, in tune if they're if I've already in tune that they're sort of like putting these lights on so we can see and everything like that. I'm guessing I'm being kept here. I'm guessing I'm trying to attune if they're just making sure I'm not going to cause any more fuss, or if we're waiting for something. If you see what I mean, I'm just trying to wonder what the situation we are in, so that I can best prepare for it. Which I appreciate is me asking you a lot of questions up front, which we might not know the answer to.
I think I'm going to. I think we're going to live in this moment for a little bit, and then we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, so then I will after a while, noticing that no one's really helping me with my leg, I sort of I'm just looking around.
Stop that. All right.
Stop what?
Stop.
My dear.
Just
Now calm down, all right? If you break this guy's foot for real, then you're gonna have to drag him out of here. I'm not gonna be responsible for that, all right?
he's pissing me off.
Yeah, I get that, but we can't. Just get through the night, we'll figure out something to do with him, okay?
If I may, gentle friends.
Go for it.
Sorry, I appreciate this is not the, you don't seem the designated, first aiders.
That would be correct.
I just wish to inquire why I've been detained here at a place with all the ghouls and the ghasts, as it were, of the manor house. Is there a particular reason?
Yeah, that's a great question. All right, so you did go in, yell at the cooks. You know, you were walking around the house, poking around, yelling fire in the hallway. I don't know about this. I don't know for sure, but I think you might have something to do with all those hats that got messed up. all this, have got my eye on you. Their stone eye kind of like swivels around in their skull and then locks onto you. So, how about this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do.
Oh, I am all ears. You have my rapt attention, my dear.
You tell us what you're doing here. All right? How about that? You tell me why we shouldn't break your leg for real, drop you down into the basement of this here. What is this? What is the word for this?
Mausoleum.
Yeah, this mausoleum. And yeah, why should we not do that?
I think Syrah takes in this moment quite a bit, flashes back a little bit to when it's happened before, having two or three aggressive people cornered in an alleyway, and considers his options.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Apologies. I did not mean for a ruse, so to speak, and I am so glad you both are so keen to look through it. I'm ashamed to say that I am here on quite selfish business, if I may. As I've sort of mentioned, I'm one of the Duststones from the Duststone family, and I was quite hoping to get a moment with Liam Dabadasha himself. And I appreciate you may not know the ins and outs of the Duststone sort of family, but
gonna roll a quick fortune. Okay.
You see, I was hoping to warn him about a sort of incident that might happen tonight, and I fear I've blown my cover and blown my chance. The youngest of us, Katrin, she was coming here to try and, do something terrible, and I was hoping to stop her, causing great shame to not only us, but also to Liam Dabadasha. She was saying something about there was corruption or illegalities concerning artwork. I've been away quite a bit, so I was not sure, and I was the closest of the siblings to come. So I was hoping to quickly get a thing, but I must admit I am not one for ruses and undercover stuff, so I panicked when I could not find Mr. Dabadasha.
Do you know Duskstone?
No, but I mean, he kind of carries himself like a important person.
Roll me a sway. This is desperate.
God. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, give yourself a gumption for that.
Oh, okay. So in sway I have 2. And then just to check with you then, would then my harm come into it as well?
I'm not going to call on the harm right now, but if you would like to, you can.
I think I won't for this particular role.
Okay.
The reason being, I think he is very good at swaying and coming up with stories on the fly. Mm-hmm. So I've got 2, but who knows? They could roll the same number again.
Yeah. The reason I wasn't going to call on it right now is because at this moment, these people are at least willing to talk to you.
Yes.
And you're not having to force that. So you're getting like a sort of second wind. Right.
Perfect. I think I'm recovering a little bit and doing this whole sort of schmarmy sort of business. And yeah, definitely Syrah would be got the fan out, like fanning himself over. You say a stone bench of some sort? He's definitely like
wooden bench in front of
sorry.
the stone coffins.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would not be lying across a stone coffin. Absolutely not. But
No.
yeah, like sort of like again, looking very much frazzled and leaning into that sort of business. But okay. So sway.
Yeah, you being scared kind of like plays to your advantage in this moment.
Yeah. That's a 1 and a 4. So a 4 is my highest.
Ooh, boy. Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay. My friend here is going to tie you up. She tosses some manacles. They're not even rope. She said tie you up, but they're not even rope. She tosses some manacles over to the muscly one. She's going to tie you up, and I'm going to go talk to Mr. Dabadasha, all right? And I'm going to find out if he wants to talk to you, and we'll see what happens from there, okay?
I understand you must do your due diligence, my dear. Please, yes, I will prop out my hands, ready to be cuffed to show willingness.
The muscly one walks over to you, slams it on very roughly. You are manacled now?
Can I check? Am I manacled in the front rather than the back?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, I'll let you be manacled in the front.
Because I made the motion. Sorry, I didn't describe it properly. I motioned to have my hands in front of me as sort of like willingness rather than to be cuffed from behind. Because I'd like to see my hands in front of me.
So are you cool with that? I will go talk to Davadasha, and I will come back here, and you will stay right here. Sound good?
Please, if he's willing to meet with me here, I will absolutely tell him in person. Please, I beg an audience with him.
Right before they head out, I just want to ask, do you have any, I don't remember if you do, but do you have any moves that you want to call into play here?
I mean, I have shake on it, but I don't think I've got anything for that. So I'll read it out. You can bind people to keep their word, choose a curse tag such as haunted, clumsy, etc. If someone promises you something and does something to seal the promise, like shaking hand, signing a contract, I don't think that is applicable here.
Okay.
That's the only one I can think of, but I'm just going like, no, I'm going to stay here with my new friend whilst this other person goes off and talks to I'm narrowing them down. I'm getting them separated, which is good.
Gotcha. Yeah. The one with the stone eye, she walks out of the room, and as she's heading towards this like heavy metal gate that is connected to the mausoleum, her stone eye just sort of seems to shift, almost like it's looking at you. It doesn't have a pupil, right? But it does seem to be facing at you as she walks. And she does sort of a finger gun at you right as she is stepping out of the place. Door swings open, very loud creak, and then loud creak and crash as she exits to head back into the home, leaving you with just the other woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this sort of person who is not. I'm not happy I'm here. That's great. Oh gosh, quite a character, aren't they?
Yeah.
I apologise for ruining your evening, and apologies for my abruptness in the kitchen. I panicked. I'm not used to undercover stuff.
Undercover? What do you mean
yes.
by that?
Well,
Do you do a lot?
no, it's so silly. I came here tonight. Okay, tis a long story, and I appreciate there's lots of moving parts, and I do not wish to bore you too much, but essentially, my name is Guff Duststone, and my sister will claim that I am Syrah Duststone, one of my older siblings who's a little bit more with it, and actually it was he that sent me out on this quest. I've been away from these parts, and so she's got it into her head that she wants to take over the whole family business. We do hounds service, and so I was in the local area. I'd come back from a trip away, and it's a whole drama. I do not wish to bore you with it, but whatever she had planned for your master, I dread to think she has been known to, I do not wish to say hysterical, because that is on my plate. And I just waffle on like that for a little bit to see if any of that sort of takes root at all, or if they just...
planning on doing something tonight?
She's got it into her head that there is something to do with this, the artwork. There's something about the. She was claiming that there'd been some sort of corruption and that I believe she was going to take out Dabadasha, which I thought was very strange in her last thing. I didn't know who this Dabadasha was until Syrah wrote to me himself saying that I wasn't so sure about what was going on and that she's not in her right mind, and I thought maybe I could catch her before she...
Wait. Syrah? Who's that?
Oh, that is my older brother. He's...
Younger brother.
He's my youngest brother. He's sort of the one that is the glue to us all. Quite a number of us are all off over the whole locale, so to speak. And I'm sorry, I did not wish to bore you with the stone trivialities and rivalries and all that sort of thing. But I thought I would try my best to, well, hopefully save the name, because I would hate for my sister to. She's had a difficult couple of years.
She does seem to be having like this waning like interest where like sometimes you'll say something and she'll seem to catch on a random word and suddenly get like really tense and like peak up and then just completely just be like, oh, I'm fucking bored. Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, it's really just working in these sort of cycles as you talk on and on. Let me ask, are you going to try to do anything before anyone else comes in here?
I guess my question, which again is a little bit metagamey, is do I have a sense of how much time is passing?
Yeah, I would say that you would have how much time would you need to have to pass to be able to take action?
I'm gonna say this is where Fiona would be like 5 minutes, and that's not true. I think Syrah waits patiently. I think 15 minutes, but he's keeping a clock on this person getting bored, and if it's getting more and more bored, he knows time is running out. So I think towards what we think is the 15-minute mark, if no one has come back before then, he will take an action, which I'm just gonna do now because sod it. Why not?
Okay.
I'm just gonna do it. Who knows? So, with my hands out in front of me as I'm sort of doing this tale, I think I want to do... now, Syrah doesn't know necromancy. But he has studied a little bit of it, or knows a bit of the history of it. And I'm going to argue that we're in a mausoleum, and with the hands out in front of him, you can see what his hands are doing. And I think he's sort of like, his finger tapping a little bit as he's sort of talking and maybe walking around a little bit, and it's like every so often like taps on like a stone tomb or two, as he or coffin, and then at some point like gets to a point where he thinks that this individual is like not paying attention or whatever, and he's gonna like click his fingers, and there's gonna be a horrible noise from inside the tomb, and this is me trying to do a twist on the shocking reveal move, where there are aspects of you that are frightening to most people. When the GM has you make an action roll in the presence of another character, you can reveal this hidden side of yourself. You're granted a critical success on that action roll, and anyone who's witness to the reveal is now terrified of you. Replace this ability with another one, strike it out, or gain a dot in 2 relevant activities. I think this is a Hail Mary, because I think Syrah's nervous, he's frightened, and we're in a mausoleum full of dead bodies. So, yes, as that is the plan.
So you are, I'm assuming you are attuning to do necromancy, and you are gonna get a crit success because you're using your shocking reveal. What is? We'll come on to the like what you're replacing that move with in a minute. Yeah. But for now, what does that look like when you do this?
So I'm going through, and I'm sort of the finger tapping, and I'm just going through all these things, and every so often I go back to the same phrase and stuff, and maybe it's very subtle at first so this individual doesn't hear, but there are certain words which are then emphasized because it feels like, and she just keeps knocking over things, and there's like a knock on a coffin next to her, next to this person. Mm-hmm. Then there's like light tapping of like fingers trying to get out of it, and it's just adding to this atmosphere. And suddenly the story that I'm telling goes into sort of like the idea of she has this power to bring back horrific things, and she cannot be stopped in any way. But essentially, it is me. I am now portraying this person as myself. That sort of vibe is what I'm going for. Can I think of a story that goes with it? Absolutely not. But it sounds scary. The soundscape of it sounds great.
Yes. Do the bodies raise up?
I think this is the first time he's done it, and it's a lot of energy, and the whole point of this quest was to learn it.
Yeah.
I think one of the coffin lids moves, and as this person turns to it, there's like a skeletal hand starts to come out.
This person jumps backwards.
Jesus, what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything, my dear, but just demonstrating the power of the dust stones. You will get me Liam Dabadasha right now, or there'll be hell to pay.
And right as you say that, another one of the lids shifts off and just falls and hits the ground and just shatters. And a hand grasps the side of the coffin, and the person turns and just runs out of this underground. Yeah, and then as soon as they've disappeared, I split my fingers and everything just goes quiet and down, because it's a lot of energy to do all that. So I think I'm more sweaty. There's definitely horrific sweat marks in my beautiful big gown dress that I'm wearing. Excellent. Can I ask you, do you have in your mind already either the move that you would want to replace that with, or the stats that you would want to bump up? So yeah, I'm not going to go for a move because I know we are close to the end of this particular quest. Gotcha. I would love to put a dot in command, and now a dot in attune as well. It feels very, very thematic. So yeah, that's the plan. Yes, perfect. All right, so you find yourself alone in this space now, looking around the room. The things that you note, everything that I've already mentioned to you before, right? I'm going to go out. I think that's the thing. So I didn't like this idea of this big person here. I'm just trying to think what I would do. Yeah, I will go out into the gardens. There's something in the cemetery here last time. I'm just trying to think what else I'd do. Okay. Wild move. I'd like to flash back to when I came into the party. Yes. And you said previously that this place, they had guards and stuff like that. I bet you they also had guard dogs. And so I would have liked to, before I got into the party, given these dogs, working animals, of course, but slip them some of my very famous dust stone dog treats. Oh, wonderful. I don't know if that's going to help me with anything, but... Yeah, so the thing that you're basically establishing here is that there are no outdoor guards at this place because there are guard dogs, and you are drawing the dogs away. Yes, that sounds good, yes. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do me a couple things. Yes? One, I'm going to ask you to mark off food stuff on your gear. Absolutely. Let's also mark off Arcana and say that you used something when you were doing your little spell casting. I had some sort of powder or something and put it over my hands. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also going to say that flashing back to setting up that there are that the guards in this place are those dogs. I'm going to say that's at least a two stress flashback. Yeah. Of course. But yeah, there is nobody else outside right now. And as you walk up, you see the woman with the stone eye, close cropped hair, walking back towards the mausoleum just as you get out of the way. Oh, okay. Do they look like they're alone? At this point, yes, from what you can see. Interesting. Okay. I will let that happen. And I stand in the shadows, very Nosferatu-like, fingers templed. And I go, okay, it's time for Plan F. And I look up at presumably a drain pipe or some climbing ivy. Are you going to climb upstairs? Yeah. Let's go upstairs. Nice. All right, roll me a maneuver. No. What are you gonna? Oh, would you prefer a sneak on this?
No. Well, actually, yes. I will argue for sneak if I can.
Okay.
But only. I mean, maneuvers also works as well. I think.
Are you prioritizing not being seen, or are you prioritizing getting up safely?
Not being seen.
Okay,
Yeah.
then sneak.
Yeah. I've already fallen on my ass already today, so I don't think.
Gotcha.
I've only bruised my ego. All right. Okay, sneaking. It is one dice. A 5.
All right, a 5. All right, that's a mixed success.
Yep.
You do climb up this drain pipe. I mentioned before that the inside of this building was clearly very recently renovated. It's got that Rococo style opulence, but also very whitewashed, very clean, very whatever. The outside still looks like an older building, and this drain pipe feels rusted, and you actually end up scraping up your hands. So we're going to say bloody palms, level 1 harm, or scraped palms, level 1 harm. But you do climb up, and as you get onto the top, or as you get up to the second floor, you're sort of standing on top of the roof of a porch, a wraparound porch that's on the back of the building, and looking into one of the windows on the second story. Peeking through, you see a couple of people inside talking.
Oh no. People? Okay. I will flatten myself up against the very sort of Emperor's New Groove style against the wall, and have a listen to see if I can get the general gist. I don't need to hear exact words, aka you do not have to monologue with yourself or several NPCs. But if I can get the general sort of gist of what is being said,
roll me a study.
Oh yes. I mean, yes.
You're good at that.
That's all I ever do is be in places where I study. Okay, so that's 2 dice. 5 and a 6.
Ooh, and you take the higher, so 6. You are listening at this doorway, and you can hear there's a person talking. You hear the name Mr. Davidasha. You hear a familiar voice, and not just a familiar voice. You recognize this voice belonged to that woman that with the stone eye and the close-cropped hair who you saw earlier.
Wait, so I saw her coming towards the mausoleum, but I can hear her voice inside.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. I say under my breath, Trixie. Okay.
As that clicks in your brain, you have that move. With the VIP of this episode, of this quest, I see through you.
Yes, absolutely.
You know when illusions are at play.
Yeah.
You can tell that person you saw. This is too perfect. There must have been an illusion at play. This is not a twin situation.
Great.
These are visually the same person.
Wow, that's very cool. I like that. Okay, I will peek my head through a pane in the window. If there's a lacy curtain or something just to hide me a little bit. So yeah, you can only see my eye essentially. And I just want to take in the room at a glance, essentially. So I can hear these voices sort of talking. I want to see, is it a study? Is there a desk with papers? Is it a bedroom? Is it a bath? I'm just thinking back to comparing my own lifestyle to this Dabadasha.
Yes, this appears to be a sort of hallway. You can peek inside of a few of the... Looking down the hallway, you can see a bunch of doors on either side. It looks like one of them might be a bedroom, but one of them, which is the closest to where you guys are, that's kind of cracked open, it does appear to be a study. As you're watching, Liam, who you assume is Liam, steps into that room, grabs something, and then closes the door, takes out a key, locks it, and then turns and starts walking down the hallway with the woman that you saw earlier.
Great. Okay. I'll give it a few moments, and then very calmly, I will open this porch door.
Window.
This porch window.
Yes.
ease myself in a little bit. Sort of be relieved because now we've got air conditioning because it was quite warm outside. I need to get into that room.
I think we're gonna pull on Jacques' too keen attribute.
Yes.
He is like just rides up right there. He is like ready to help.
Good God.
He sneaks up right.
For God's yes.
You need something? You need in here?
How long have you been here?
Long enough.
You know I was blabbering on in that mausoleum for at least a good half an hour. Where were you?
I was here,
Right, of course.
trying to make sure.
Is this what his voice was?
I don't remember.
Don't remember. That's totally fair.
He's so keen. He's very excited now. So that's what happened.
Okay.
He is going to help try to pick these locks.
Yes, please. Get me in there.
Let's mark off a toolkit.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Well, actually, yeah, toolkit.
No, I was happy to do that. Because if he wasn't going to be around, I was going to try my best. So I am.
Cool. And this is going to count as a tinker, but you're going to have +1 die because he is assisting with this.
Great. As you can tell, I don't really tinker that much. I leave it to other people.
No, you do not.
Okay, so I'm just rolling 1 and hoping for the best here.
Because you normally have 0, but you have +1 because you have a friend helping you.
Ugh.
Friend, in quotes.
Well, if I say friend, that's that. I'll never hear the end of it. So
That's the end. You'll never hear the end of it with him.
whoa, that is a 5.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
All right. What am I going to say? Too keen. So this is the fun thing about having these tags. They're very flexible and they can sort of encourage you to go in different directions when trying to come up with what the punishments, the complications, and the whatever are. He does get you in here. He does also break your tool. He is a little too energetic and snaps the tool, so you will not be able to lockpick again.
That's fine. I sort of say, well, that's going on the expense report. And I glide in.
Sorry. I didn't. Okay, sorry.
He follows in behind a corner, and just sort of like poking around in other parts of the room.
Yeah, I definitely would encourage him to come in and shut the door behind him.
Closes it.
This is the study that he sort of came in and out of.
Yes, it's a study.
Amazing. Well, instantly, I would like to go over to the biggest desk that he has in here and rifle through some papers with the intent of finding one that is like the most important paper, or what it seems to be the most important paper here.
Mm-hmm. As you are doing that, you hear a slight clunk as the door closes, as Jacques slips out to go take care of something else.
Cool. I was like, we're trapped inside. Oh no. Fine.
No. Sorry, what was it again that you were looking at?
So, I assume this study has lots of papers and all that sort of thing. He seems to be a man of business. I'd like to go to the desk and go for the drawers and basically find the most important piece of document I think there is, with the intention of altering it.
Gotcha. This will be so your particular move that allows you to see the most important thing to a person requires that person to be in the room. However,
that's fine. Yeah.
However, I will let you roll study for this.
Thank you. Yes. Syrah sort of comes into the room and is like, does this is my design, and does the whole Hannibal business of looking around, piecing things together, and like almost master builder style, trying to work out where people are. 2 5s. Fives are the highest. Poor. We were doing poorly, and now we're doing better, which is great for me. But I feel there's going to be 1 or 2 rolls at the end, which are going to be 1s.
So as you are upstairs poking around, you do find a document that appears to be a authenticity document, proving that one of the proving the actual what's the word I'm looking for, where something comes from, the origin,
origin, I think.
There's a specific word for like relics and artifacts that's like the provenance. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. The provenance is that, I'm not even 100% sure on that, but whatever, of the art and the relics and the artifacts that were all downstairs. It's proving that for one of them. And as you're looking at this, You can tell it is half written, it's half made, and it is an expert work, but it is not done yet. So this is very clearly a forgery. And this would, if this just was made public, would completely fuck over this guy's plan. It was completely screw over this guy's plans for this auction, at least for this one piece, but probably all of them. I think I'm probably going to cut some of me explaining the ramifications of that and just leave in what it is, because you in the audience are smart enough to realize what the implications of that are. As you are looking at this, you hear some sounds downstairs. And some shouts. You hear some voices you recognize from an alleyway a few days ago, a few weeks ago.
Great.
And I'm going to start a clock.
Oh no.
This is a 4 o'clock. It is currently at 1. Of the Lumineers are downstairs. And if they get up to 4, they are going to start causing problems with you. Or for you.
Of course, what did I do? I blew my big move on creating corpses. Great. Yes. Obviously they'll be here, Fiona. You foolish person. I mean, I planned that all along, but foolish. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if I said that, but that's because this was a mixed success. So
yes. No.
They have arrived.
No. I gathered that, but then in my head I was like, I have made it really obvious there's a necromancer here now, and they'll spot me and go, 2 + 2 = 4.
Yes.
Oh, great.
You
love it.
You also were calling for people to get people to help with a fire, and you did create all these other things.
Yeah,
so,
my face is plastered around like a, have you seen this gentleman? And it's like, wait a minute, we have seen him. Yes.
We have seen him.
Cool. So time is short. Okay. So this issue of authenticity for where these artworks are going, you say it's almost complete.
Yes.
Is what's missing on it some sort of signature, or sorry, I know I'm asking you for a lot of details, but what is it, would you say, is missing from the thing?
I think it is, so there's a few documents nearby that are in process of being made. Some of them are complete, some of them aren't. It's not like there is a single part missing.
Cool.
It's more of that this is work in progress. One of these things being written by somebody in his office, not by whoever actually should be making this thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. No, I understand.
Not by a historian, whatever, anything like that. Let's say that there's one of the documents which is complete is signed by someone from Mount Rena, which is a completely different city on the other side of the world. The other ones are written in the exact same handwriting, still wet. Ink is still wet on one of the documents. So, this is very clearly a forgery in progress.
Forgery of all these things. Perfect. Okay. Then I will desperately, the ink to dry it.
Yep.
And then fold up as many of these as I can and put them into, the secret pocket in the robes for now, so I have them with me. I'm not entirely sure what I will do with them, but I'm glad I've got them. Okay, now to escape, as they say. I will just go with your gut. I'm gonna carefully go to the door, have a quick listen out, can hear this noise downstairs. Slowly go out, and then rather than go downstairs. Whoa, there's a dice roll there. I didn't like that.
It was just a little fortune roll.
Cool.
See if you notice something.
No, I'm getting out of here. No fortune. I peek out, move myself out, shut the door behind me, knowing it won't lock. And instead of going downstairs, I want to turn and go to the nearest door, which I thought was a bedroom.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go in there, as long as it's not locked, obviously, but I'm going there.
We'll say that it is not locked.
Okay, sweet.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll a little fortune die on this.
Man, these fortune rolls, they're working against me now.
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
Who locks their bedroom at a party? Only weirdos. So yeah, I just slip inside and shut the door for now.
As you step inside, you see that there's a coat or two on this thing, as if they had unlocked this bedroom to throw some coats in there because of newcomers who couldn't go downstairs. And like we're not putting our coats here. A bunch of stuff got destroyed down here. So yeah, that is why it is open right now. It is unlocked right now.
I genuinely thought you were going to say, I opened the door, there's a coat there because there's a lady there. And I'm just there going like, I was like, oh, it's a big night for Liam Dabadasha. Okay, it's just it's a repurposed cloakroom. Great. Whew,
Yes.
Oh. I was like, put some clothes on, my dear. Yes, no, okay. Great. First thing I'm going to do is, I assume there is some sort of wash basin or like a bowl with water in it. I want to wash my hands quickly to get rid of the blood, or at least a quick wash to get rid of that, at least.
Oh yeah, from climbing up the stuff. Yeah, you clean that off.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna whilst Dabadash's office is obviously business, I want to see what he's got in here. So I'm going to ruin him in his business. I want to ruin him socially. So yeah, I'm going to look for side tables or anything like that. I'm going to see if there's like a diary or maybe like a journal or something like that. Any sort of like illicit sort of letters or something like that. And just, again, I'm just thinking of anything to destroy this guy. So he can't, because my mission is to get rid of him. Yeah. And I think business is one thing, but I want to cancel him twice, essentially, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do.
Roll me another study.
Yeah, I appreciate it's a lot of studies back and forth.
No, this is great. Yeah. I feel like, you always, not you, but like, I think it's very common for people to get into situations where they're doing a lot of back-to-back of the same sort of role. I mean, if this was combat, and you were swinging a sword multiple turns in a row, that wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, and also it's one-on-one as well. So it's not like I'm going, okay, and then we go back to somebody else doing something, and they come back to me doing the same thing. So yeah, that's why I'm just making sure, because it could be a little bit boring, but I'm very happy to roll. All right, so another study, 2 dice. A 1 and a 6.
Ooh,
Give me that diary. Give me the diary.
Yes. All right. So here's what I'm going to say. First of all,
yes.
You do not end up ticking up the clock for the Lumineers. That was number one what I was going to have happen. Looking through, you do find a diary. You flip through it. And it's got a lot of like dates of, times that he has met with people.
Ooh.
And you start to notice that there seems to be like some of the names are, it's just very obvious who this is. Like you see the name Taylor, the tailor. A few other people from the haberdashery that work with Liam are, written in there. But then occasionally you'll see a name that is very clearly like a code name or something. And based off the information you have right on you right now, you don't know who this code name is referring to, but it's very obvious that's what's going on here, that this person is specifically hiding who they are meeting with, even in this personal document.
Amazing.
There's also information about where they were meeting them, some sort of cryptic language about what they were going to be talking about, that sort of thing. And then there's also just sort of general life thought notes. I don't know particularly what off the top of my head, but
it's stuff.
There's a bunch of information that you could potentially pull from.
Yeah, it's stuff that he probably wouldn't want out in the open.
Exactly.
Those the daily pages where you write whatever you feel like, and that's what gets you going in the morning. But you never show them to anyone because otherwise people will judge you. So I'm like going like, excellent. I listen and I judge. I put that into the robe as well. Okay, I think I've gathered all I can here. So I go plan J? Yes. And I will remove myself from the bedroom come second cloakroom and sure.
You find yourself in a bit of a pickle because downstairs there are a bunch of people that are ready to like take action. So I don't know, what is your plan at this moment?
You know what? I'm so glad you asked.
Thank you to the Droid Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to you for listening. You can find us and say hi over at sidecharacterquest.com or by checking out our show notes for more links and information. If you're enjoying the show, drop a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you around. Bye!
Podcube. Our Podcube devices are able to record audio from any time or place, in space or time or place.
And this is what they're picking up.
I hate flowers. I feel like a poop seller. I feel like I'm selling poop.
There's a whole baby Mark Zuckerberg in here.
Is it real?
I don't think so, but it's wet and it doesn't smell good.
Did you smell the mouth?
No, I didn't smell.
Hi, welcome to Circuit City. Can I help you find anything
Now,
today?
politely, just shut up. I'm gonna take this iPod, dip it in some sauce. Ooh, hard to eat. Bet you it'd be harder to eat without all the sauce on it.
Search Podcube in your podcast app or go to poweredbypodcube.com. Podcube.
The future
Is yesterday.
There'll be like a little music playing and then bloopers.
I am recording now. Ba, ba,
I'm
ba.
also recording now.
I am recording now.
Oh no, you have been replaced by AI. No.
So you already asked me the little questions that you had. I don't have any questions for you.
Nope.
Gonna chomp into a green apple to make my mouth a little less sticky.
Yes. The old voiceover technique, green apples. I've heard of that one.
God, what if you do get to 9 stress?
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
Highly recommend you do whatever you can to earn some gumption.
What do you mean? It's nerves. Like, ugh.
Every time you roll in a desperate situation,
feel
that
like
is probably going to come into play.
I was going to say, I
quickly.
feel like I've been taken somewhere else, not upstairs. I'm like, oh no, the dungeon.
The first or
Is
second.
fine.
The first or second time your marks make something difficult, so you still have nerves.
Yeah. I still have nerves as my lesser effect for that one. Marks is
Marks are the story
a sneaky,
stuff. Sorry.
human, and political. Is what I've got down.
The marks are the issue with the horses, pack animals, afraid of drowning. That's
Sorry, I don't know why then. Yeah, okay, well, hopefully those will come into play. Maybe there'll be a horse waiting for me where I am.
yeah.
Share a dungeon with a horse, then there's some water going down. Yeah.
All right, and when you've earned 4 gumption, erase them first. I will say with the harm, with the marks, I cannot enforce that on you.
No, I've got to do it. Yeah.
With harm, I can do that, or you can do that.
Sure, sure.
With nerves, as far as that goes.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. It's a cool roleplay thing. So yeah.
Or if it was like a situation where you had like a burn on your hand or something, and that, which is not the case. But I don't know. I'm giving this like tutorial for a audience member who's not even listening because this isn't part of the show.
Hey, it's helpful to me.
Yeah. All right. All right, we are going to be fading out from that and then fading into this intro, which is the only stuff that I have written really for today.
Best of luck. Cool. All right, well, I have marked my point of gumption. Thank you for that. I'll do that now.
Yes, you're welcome.
So I might need that later. All right.
Oh, would this be 2? Because this is both the harm and it's...
Wait, I've got in attune, I have nothing, so I'm rolling 2 and taking the lower.
Yes. Sorry, you continue.
That's fine.
You're fine.
I mean, unless you want to give me another dice or grade me, I don't mind.
It just occurred to me that because of your harm, you're getting your harm is causing problems for you, right?
Yes.
So you are getting a gumption. However, the problem the harm is causing is that it's making this roll desperate, which would normally also give you gumption. But I feel like you should only get 1 gumption, not 2 gumption.
Oh,
you know what
I
I'm
see
saying?
what you mean. I see what you're saying. I thought because it was a desperate action, that's why I've marked 1 gumption. I wasn't using the harm to get myself a more gumption.
Gotcha.
I was just like, yes, 1. So I've only marked down 1.
Okay.
No, I'm not greedy.
That is all going to go in the bloops.
Yeah, that's fine. No, because I was just like going like, you want me to roll more dice? But I'm all, yeah. No. I'm not getting 2. Yeah.
Just a moment. Let me think.
I'll let you cook. Don't worry.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Oh, hey. Do you want to find out more about tabletop role-playing games, but not too sure where to start? Do you want to play a lot of different systems, but don't have time to try them all? Do you just wish someone would summarize what the main game mechanics are so you can follow along more easily? Well, you're in luck. Check out What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. I like exploring different RPG systems, rule sets, and the stories they create. I also like talking to game designers about how to run their games. So, come check it out. We would love to have you. The What Am I Rolling podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Part of the One Shot Podcast Network.